Well, hello, boys and girls. How are you doing today? I know we have fun in school today, right? So, this week we have a new word that we are learning, and that word is cat, and it's C-A-T. Remember last week we did the word dog, and we did learn about dogs, right? And this week we did the word, well, we started today, the word cat. So we're learning 2, 3 letter words, right? Because guess what? We're getting ready for kindergarten. Yeah. So this video is to continue, right? Because this whole week we're doing cats. And guess what cat we're talking about? We're talking about all the different cats. Do you have a cat at home? I don't. I have 2 dogs. I don't have a cat. But I do see some cats in the neighborhood. And remember, we talked today about the cats that stay, the cats that are in the streets are called feral cats. That means just they're out there, they're wild, they have not been in the homes. And the cat that stays, that we call stray cats, are they would possibly, living in a home, and maybe they got displaced, so they went somewhere else and they started to live on the streets. Sometimes those things happen, and then they have babies and babies and babies, and so they're all out there. So they're called stray cats. Stray cats are cats that are once upon a time may have lived at home and happens to end up out on the street. So they're stray cats. Did you know that cats sleep 14 hours a day? What? Who does that? What cats do. And the baby cats are called kittens, and they sleep up to 20 hours a day. Only 24 hours in a day. What time they get to be playing with other balls and everything that they play with? I don't know. So we're gonna be doing activities about making cat today. We made what did we make today? Did we talk about cat? We wrote the word cat. Let me see if I can go ahead and share a whiteboard. Okay, so I'm gonna choose, what color do you think we should choose? This probably use a brown. And I'm gonna make this a little thicker. So cat, you start with the C, go from the top, you go around, you bring it down, and you bring it back up. C, right? And then there is a letter A, you go around like this, and you bring it back down and curve it back up like that. And then there is another letter that goes down, you curve up, and you put a line in the middle. So it's cat, cat, cat. See, there's 2 words in this cat word, right? There is you have C-A-T, cat, and you also have the word A-T. So you see, if you were reading a book and you saw the word A-T, cat, and you put a C in front of it, it's a cat. See? So cat has an at in it. Oh, that's nice. A cat. The word cat has an at in it. Okay, so C-A-T, cat. Last week we did the word dog. Remember, dog is spelled with the letter D. Line down, D. Oh, you know what? I don't have enough room for that. So let me see if I can erase the cats. And then we can do the dog. Cat has an at in it. Okay. So dog goes like this. The word D, you put a line. And then from the top, you want to curve it all the way and bring it down. D, O, G. Oh, look how that G, that G, that G, that G, that G, 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 G. Okay, let me see if I can do this writing thing on the computer. On the whiteboard, G, dog, dog. You see it got D, O, G, G, D, O, G, dog. Remember we did that last week? And then there was another word we spelled. We spelled the word because we were talking about a drill. Remember, we talked about earthquake drill, and we'll talk about fire drill. And we spelled the word fire, and we said it starts with the word, the letter F. F, you have a line that goes straight down and one on the top and one in the middle. That's the word F, right? And then we have an I, it's just a line, and a dot on top of it. There's an I and an R where you go a line up, and then you go somewhere not all the way in the middle, and you just put a line and curve it like this. I know, I'm writing on a whiteboard, so it kind of looks weird. And then you do an E. Fire. Remember, we did 2 words last week. We did dog and fire. Dog and fire. So this week we're doing the word cat. Remember, cat has a C and an A, a lowercase a, and a lowercase t. Cat. And then it has an at in it. A T. The cat was at. Let me see if I can make it rhyme. The cat was at a mat. Well, that cat can be at a mat. All right. Anyways, yep. So that's what it is. We did the word cat and we did the word at. So this week we did cat and at. That's what we're working on, cats and ats. A cat has an at. So let me see. There was a video. Let me see. So I'm doing a video. I'm doing this for you so you can see. Water. We have, let me see. Let me see. I did a video today. I don't know. I didn't connect it to tomorrow's work. So we did the video today. The cat. We did a video today. Oh, did I share the sound? Let me see if I shared the sound. I am doing a video today on the cats. So we did a video that talked about cats. And this is the work on the cat. A cat has 3 letters in there. C-A-T. Cat has 3 letters. And we wrote the word cat. And we talked about the cat has eyes. It has ears. Remember we talked about the whiskers? The cat has whiskers. It has a nose. The ears kind of shaped like a triangle. A little bit like a triangle. The cat is like, what? And look, just like I was saying, the cat sleeps up to 14 hours a day. And the baby are called kittens. right? And the baby sleeps up to 20 hours a day. They have very good vision. So at night when it's dark, they can see really far. They can hear really far, and they can smell because their whiskers kind of like serve as a sensor, a sensory thing for them to help them smell and everything. Wow. So the fairy cats are the ones that have never lived in a home, and the strays have once upon a time lived in the home. And we found out that the cats are very clean animals. Let's see if we can listen to something about facts about cats.
This unforgettable vacation memory. It didn't actually begin here. This memory began.
Commercial.
In this video, we are going to learn about cats. We are going to share some interesting facts and discover why cats are some of the most popular pets in the world.
In the world, they said.
I know, Mr. Whiskers. A video all.
Have you seen a cat that looks like that? I think I've seen a cat that looks like that. Yeah, I've seen a cat that looks like that. I have a lot of stray cats in my area where I live.
All about your kind. I just knew this day would come. Told myself I wouldn't cry.
It's the start of the show.
Okay, cats. The kind of cats we are learning about in this video are domesticated cats. The cats that are in your home or in your neighborhood, or often on the screen of a homeschool pop video.
Remember last week when we talked about dogs and we said there are dogs that are domesticated, and the domesticated, when you say domesticated, that means they live in a home, and they have like wild dogs that live out in the woods and something that have never lived in homes. Those are like, they have some dogs that like they call stray dogs too, which is kind of like cats do. Stray dogs that live out, somewhere in the streets or somewhere. But domesticated, it's like they've lived in the home, just like your cats, okay?
We aren't talking about big cats like tigers, leopards, and lions, to name a few. As cool as those cats are, this video is all about the small, domesticated cats we see day to day. Domesticated cats are small mammals that are usually furry. That's right, they're usually furry. We say usually because there is a type of cat that has no fur. That's right, Sphinx cats have no fur.
Have you seen that before, the Sphinx cats? I have not seen it. I've only seen the Sphinx cats on TV or in books.
Their skin is warm to the touch, and they are often on the lookout for warm sources because heat can easily escape their body.
Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
Just a side note, don't confuse the Sphinx, a mythological creature that was celebrated in ancient civilizations like Egypt and Greece, with the Sphinx cat, the type of cat that doesn't have fur. Notice the creature from mythology has the letter I in the middle of it, while the Sphinx cat has the letter Y in the middle of it.
Do you see it? This is the I right here, and this is the Y. That's what he's talking about. This here is something that, it kind of shipped in the form of a cat. It looks like a cat, but there's a country called Egypt, and also in Greece, they have these, what they call mythological creatures, but it's like they talk about these creatures, or they talk about these things that, you may think that it never exists, but I guess back in those days, they believed that it existed. So that's why it's called mythological.
Plus, Sphinx cats are real. The mythological Sphinx are pretend. So cats are small mammals with fur, except for Sphinx cats, of course. The next thing we are going to learn about cats is that they sleep about 14 hours a day. That's right, 14 14 hours a day.
I know. Remember, I was telling you that
Grammarly does
that is
more than catch
amazing
errors.
to see that
With
a cat
Grammarly, you can find
can sleep up to 14 hours a day.
Oh, sleepy kitty. Cats. Baby kitten. Yeah, kittens sleep even more than the average cat. Kittens sleep about 20 hours a day. That means kittens are only awake 4 hours a day. That's it. But they pack a lot of fun and excitement in those 4 hours. The next thing we are going to learn about cats is that they have powerful night vision. It is pretty amazing. Cats can see even when there is very little light. They can see much better in the dark than we as humans can. While they can't see if it is pitch dark, they don't need much light at all to see what is going on. That is
Oh, wow. Isn't that interesting? If they cannot see, they don't need a lot of light. They must be good readers. That was a joke. Do you think cats read? Maybe they do. Maybe they do. I think they do, but it sense a lot of things. Okay, so we learned a little bit about cats. We learned that they sleep, they're good sleepers because they sleep like 14 hours a day. That's a lot of hours. And we learned that the babies I call kittens. Have you seen kittens before? The babies I call kittens, and they even sleep longer. Wow, that's a lot of sleep. Okay, so let me see what we're gonna do later on. So tomorrow, or when if you're home, we try to do a two to tie. I mean, it's two to tie. We trying to do a cat. You know, if you have a plate, you can get a plate and you can cut some shapes, which is like you want to cut a little bit of triangle, and you want to cut like kind of like do a circle and cut it in half to make the eyes and cut little triangles. And then you can also use, where is my popsicle sticks? Didn't I just have them over here? OMG, what happened to, oh, they're like right here and I'm not seeing them. Not popsicle sticks, but pipe cleaners. You can use pop cleaners. And I also have some of these right here to make like a face of a cat, just like what we see in the blue. So you want to get like a pipe cleaner, make a nose, and you need a glue, cut up a round circle. This is like the whiskers. Remember, the cat needs the whiskers. They always need the whiskers, and the nose is right there. And see if you can do that. That's an activity for you. And see, let me show you the picture again to see if you want to make that, or maybe you can draw it. Okay. Or you can do one like this, kind of like shaped like Pete the Cat. But you can use a plate, get a plate. And if you have some popsicle sticks and some puff balls, you can do that. So there's two shapes that you're going to have. You're going to make a triangle, make like two large triangle, and then 4 like tiny triangles. Because if you see, and then you make a circle, you can either do a circle, and you would need glue, right? Because you got the glue, or maybe and scissors, paper, cut out a circle, glue these on there, and then make yourself a little cat, because we're doing this story called Pete the Cat. I have a lesson plan for tomorrow. That Pete the Cat, I have a lady reading the story, Pete the Cat in Spanish. She's going to be doing hers in Spanish, and I'm going to read this in English. Pete the Cat, she's going to read it in Spanish, and I'm going to read it in English. It says, Pete the Cat, I love my white shoes. Let me see if I can share and see if I can do the video with her. This is going to be my first time doing it. Am I sharing the sound? Let me see if I share the sound. Let me make sure I share the sound. I should share the sound. Okay. Pete the cat. There is her video.
Colors can be sketched, tie-dyed, or even stretched.
Oh,
Whether
those
you
are
prefer
beautiful
hot pinks
colors.
or cool blue.
Hola amiguitos, hoy vamos a leer el cuento Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. Story by Eric Litwin, art by James Dean.
Okay. So I'm going to do the English part. Good morning or hello, boys and girls. I'm going to read the story Pete the Cat. Just like she said, it says Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. Story by Eric Litwin, or Mr. Eric, and art by James Dean. Art, remember we talked about it before. The author is the person who writes the story, and the illustrator is the person who draws the picture. So Eric, Mr. Eric, is the author. He's the one who wrote the words. See these words? All these words, he wrote them. And then Mr. James Dean is the one who drew the pictures. See, he drew the pictures. All right. Let me see. Pete the Cat, I love my white shoes. Pete the cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much. He sang his song. And I'm gonna sing the song that they usually like. The video is like, oh look, see, he has a guitar and he plays the guitar. Do 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 do. I love my white shoes. 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 Okay, let's see what our friends have to say. Okay. She's translated in Spanish.
Y vamos a leer este libro en español. Y aquí tengo el gato Pete. El gato Pete estaba caminando por la calle en sus zapatos nuevos y blancos. Pete ama sus zapatos muchísimo y canta esta canción. Amo mis zapatos blancos, amo mis zapatos blancos, amo mis zapatos blancos. Y les voy a enseñar la seña del color blanco, white. Agarrar su mano y ponerla aquí en medio y jalarla. White, blanco.
Okay, so she read it in Spanish and I'm going to read it in English. Oh no! Pete stepped in a pile of... What is that? Strawberries. Strawberries. What color did you think his shoes turned into? So his shoes was white. And then he stepped in a pile of strawberries. What color did you think his shoes turned to? What color? Red. Oh, red. The strawberries, because the strawberries are red, right? So he stepped in the pile of strawberries and his shoes turned to red. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept on walking and singing his song. Dun, 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 dun. I love my red shoes. 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 Okay, let's hear our friend say, read it in Spanish.
¡Oh, no! Pete pisó un charco de fresas. ¿De qué color cambiaron sus zapatos? ¡Rojo! Lloró Pete, claro que no. Él siguió caminando y cantando su canción. La seña del color rojo, agarrar su dedo y pasarlo por su labio y su barbilla. Red, rojo. Amo mis zapatos rojos, amo mis zapatos rojos, amo mis zapatos rojos.
Okay, so she did the red fur. Oh no! Step in a pile of, what color are these? Blueberries. And what color did you think it turned his shoes? He stepped in some blueberries. What color do you think it turned his shoes? Let's see. Blue. His shoes that turned blue. Do you think Pete cried? Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept on walking and singing his song. I love my blue shoes. 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 Okay, let's hear the Spanish version of it.
¡Oh, no! Pete pisó un charco de arándanos. ¿De qué color cambiaron sus zapatos? ¡Azul! Lloró Pete. Claro que no. Él siguió caminando y cantando su canción. Amo mis zapatos azules, amo mis zapatos azules, amo mis zapatos azules. La seña del color azul, agarrar sus 4 deditos así y mover la mano. Azul, blue, azul.
Oh no! Pete stepped in a puddle of, what's that on the floor here? What color is that? What is that? Look, what's amazing is that it looks like, look where he's at. I see a tractor over here and a house, like a barn. So I guess he's on a farm, right? He stepped in a puddle of mud. What color do you think it turned his shoes? He was going through a lot, man. It was like white. Then he stepped in some strawberries and it turned red. Then he stepped in some blueberries and it turned blue. No, he stepped in some mud. And now it turned brown. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept on walking and singing his song. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my, oh, look, he's drinking some, is that what he's drinking? Hot chocolate? I'm thinking it's hot chocolate, but look at his shoes. Now they're brown. Is that hot chocolate? A coffee? You think Pete drinks coffee? I love my brown shoes. 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 Okay, we'll let our friend read in Spanish.
¡Oh, no! Pete pisó un charco de lodo. ¿De qué color cambiaron sus zapatos? Pete, claro que no. Él siguió caminando y cantando su canción. La seña del color café, 4 deditos otra vez y pasarlo por la cara, aquí en el cachete. Brown, café. Amo mis zapatos cafés, amo mis zapatos cafés, amo mis zapatos cafés.
Okay. Oh no! This Pete is a busy person, huh? He's just moving all over the place. Pete stepped in the bucket of water. Look, he's in a bucket of water. And all the brown, and all the blue, and all the red washed away. What color were his shoes again? So remember what he started with first? The color that he had first. And then he stepped in some strawberries and his shoes turned red. And then he stepped in some blueberries and his shoes turned blue. And then he stepped in some mud and his shoes turned brown. Now he stepped in a bucket of water and all those colors washed away. And what color did his shoes turn? White. Oh my gosh, it went right back to white. But now they are wet. See, because why you think you're wet? Right, because he stepped in the bucket of water. Because he stepped in the bucket of water, so his shoes turned wet. Did he cry? Goodness, no. He kept on walking and singing his song. I love my wet shoes. You know, at the beginning he said, I love my white shoes, but now his shoes were white, but they were wet. I love my wet shoes. 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 Oh, he's walking down the going squeak, squeak, squeak. Why do you think his shoes were squeaking? Because they were wet. The moral of Pete's story is no matter what you stepped in, keep walking along and singing your song. Dun, 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 dun. I love my wet shoes because it's all good. Awesome. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. Let's see what our friends have to say.
¡Oh, no! Pete pisó en una cubeta de agua. Y todos los colores, café, azul, rojo, se fueron. Los zapatos se lavaron. ¿De qué color son los zapatos? Blancos. Pero ahora están mojados. ¿Lloró Pete? Claro que no. Él siguió cantando su canción. Amo mis zapatos mojados, amo mis zapatos mojados, amo mis zapatos mojados. La moraleja de la historia de Pete, no importa dónde estés parado, sigue caminando y canta tu canción. Porque todo está bien. Y colorín colorado, este cuento se ha acabado. El final. The end. Adiós, amiguitos.
Awesome. So we want to say thank you to our friend Maestra Kathy Summer Shuffle. Oh, what? Why'd you go change like that on us? It was finished talking, Mr. Pete the Cat. Okay. So want to say a thank you to our friend Maestra Kathy Summer Shuffle. And thank you for reading this story in Spanish. And I have Spanish speaking students in my classroom. And I always try to see if I can find stories in Spanish to make sure that I'm balancing it, like I have the English part and the Spanish speaking part. So thank you, my friends. Remember to do your picture tomorrow. Get your materials that you need. You're going to need, we can do your own cat. You can draw a cat. You can paint a cat. You can, but remember, the word for the week is cat and act. A cat has an act in it, right? So we're going to get something round. You can get a paper plate, or you can get a paper plate, or you can just get a plain paper and draw a big old circle to make Pete's face. And then you can draw whiskers, or you can do a 3D where you use this right here, which is the pipe cleaner. You can use a pipe cleaner. Sometimes the pipe cleaner will glue if you have a really hard glue, or you staple it, but don't use the stapler without mommy or daddy's help, okay? And then we have these little softballs. You can use them. It's up to you. And we said there's two shapes you're gonna do. You do one big circle and cut it into half to make his eyes, or you can make your own eye, or maybe you have one of those wiggly looking eyes, which is fine. Make your eyes however you want to. It's your work, right? All right. I hope you have a good evening. I'll see you. Do the work, and hopefully you can show it to me on Tuesday in class. This is for my class, okay? Bye-bye. You have a great evening. I'm so glad to be in class with all my friends, with some of my friends that are in class and the ones that are online. Love you all. Have a great evening. And I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.